Hello and welcome back to Callie's in the Kitchen. I have got a oval shaped tray mold. It's kind of like a, I guess, trinket mold maybe from Pouring Your Heart Out, eBay store. It has a little insert in there, which I have already placed some blue crushed glass. I would love to get the stickers that Miss Julie used on her piece, but I have no idea which one it is, and there's so many choices. And of course, I want only the one Miss Julie used. So I have put some clear crushed glass instead in my center. I'm just cleaning my mold here as I get ready. I'll be using Bria Reese alcohol ink, magenta, lake blue, and yellow. I will be using Pouring Your Heart Out's Bloom pigment paste, which you can get on the eBay store or Amazon. It's my new go-to white for the bloom technique. So the first thing I'm going to do is, I've already let my resin sit for a bit and have it warmed up. I am now going to pour a layer very carefully. I'm going to go into the crevice of this mold here. I'm concentrating because I don't want to overflow. I'm not going to put a top coat on this because I'm actually going to make a tray out of this. And I'm just such a copycat. I just love watching other artists create things and then do it. So I really, truly hope you don't mind, you talented people out there. Sometimes I'll get a good idea or I embellish on what somebody else has created, but to come up with something, oh my goodness, as I've said before, just a dud on that. So I'm putting it kind of to the rim. Well, I got to make sure I have enough for my bloom, so I am going to leave you for just a second and pour some resin into another cup. And I'm going to do 30 grams just to be safe that I have enough for what I'm calling loopy loops. And the loopy loop technique for the 3D bloom is where I first saw it was on Resin Art YouTube channel, and I will link her YouTube channel below. I'm also going to link Pouring Your Heart Out's YouTube channel at the bottom because Julie did a beautiful set of these or did a beautiful piece on this as well. So, okay, so I used Nick Pro resin. I've obviously, okay, I did 7.5. I guess I needed only 6.5 total because here I've got an ounce of wasted resin, but it's always good to have more than less. Now I have done this, poured this resin all the way to the top because I'm going to turn it over and make it into a tray. So let me just get rid of some of these bubbles. I can't remember which one, but on one of my previous videos, I went too far into my resin to torch, and there were flames. I can't remember which one. Maybe you saw it, but that was certainly exciting. So now I'm going to try and be extra careful. That's my little container for my piping bag. I sure like to go with my torch in these, but I do not trust myself any longer with that almost fire hazard that I almost created. Okay. Now I'm not as fussy about bubbles. I'm just more interested in the effects or design that I'd like to create. So I'm sorry about that if the bubbles bug you. I will go sideways and look and see if I can pop anymore. Okay, that's it. I know you're supposed to, because the resin, your 3D bloom does get affected if you have bubbles. So I'm really sorry I can't get them all out. This is also stalling to get my resin to warm up more on the for the bloom pigment paste that I'm going to put in. All right, that's it. So I'm doing the exact same colors as Miss Julie. Hope you don't mind, Julie, because I just love the colors. But I'm using different alcohol inks. So let's see how it does. 4, 1, 2, 3. Oops, I gotta go out a little bit more. Just gonna wait to see if it spreads a little bit or not. Put one there. Now I just noticed that I've got blue crushed glass, and I'm going to put blue, but blue is going to be on the edge, but oh well. This is the magenta. And boy, I can't remember who told me about Bria Reese. It's a nice, rich alcohol ink as well. Was it Jennifer or oh, I can't remember. I don't remember. I'm so sorry. Ooh, that's a really bright magenta. Okie doke. Now I'm getting my blue ready. I think I'm going to put another, just because that little gap there's bugging me. See if I can do a slight drop. Bing. Okay. Now if you notice, I'm going kind of on the outside, and only because I know that resin comes inside. I mean the inks, when you put it in your resin. I think you know what I mean. Ooh, those colors are amazing. Just so pretty. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I really like them. Thank you, Julie. All right, then I'm going to put in a few, like maybe sporadically yellow on the blue. Cool beans. Then I am going to take the temperature of my resin again that's in my cup, but I'm also waiting for that ink to sort of spread and do its own thing. Put that aside, put away. Get my little cooking thermometer, and I'm going to measure my temperature. I'm going to do it here because I don't trust myself. I've been using paper cups from the Dollar Tree, and then I saw Jennifer Lyons from Sunfire Design use these paper cups, and I asked her, where did you get those? Plastic cups, sorry. And so I got those, and they're not as good for squeezing to get out resin, you know, when you pour, but it'll be great for every time I do a bloom. But then, and also if I want to do a dump or a dirty pour. So good product. Now with my little tool here, just on the blue, I'm just going to do a swirl on the outside. Oh my God, that is so pretty. Just like that. I wonder what would happen if we just left it like that and didn't do a 3D bloom, you know? I've never done that. Okay, so since I put 30 grams, I am going to put in 3 drops of the bloom. 1, 2, 3. 3 of the bloom pigment paste. Right in there. I'm going to mix real well. I hope you all are enjoying my videos. I'm trying to get better on the filming. I know I still struggle with centering my piece and all that kind of stuff. Hopefully you can see and hear me well. It's a whole different ball game from just pouring resin. It takes a lot to concentrate, to pour, and then to think of what you're going to say. And then I always feel like while you're waiting for things, I feel like, oh my God, they're getting bored. There's empty space, no sound. So I try to fill it. Sometimes I just can't because I'm concentrating. Okay, I can feel my resin getting warm. So off camera, I'm pouring that little plastic cup of white bloom with my resin, pouring it into my bag, piping bag. Okay, excuse the sound coming up. Watch out. Crunch, crunch, crunch. And I usually turn it, tie a nice little hard knot on the side, on the end, sorry. Getting some paper towels ready. Tucking this in to the back. I'm going to cut about that much off the edge. Okay, here I go. Oh, so nervous. Okay, here we go. Loopy loops. Gotta stop talking because I'm concentrating. And I'm not breathing either. I'm trying to get to the edge of the mold, but I'm afraid to. And then from this angle, it's hard to see. This is a great size oval tray mold. It's not too big and it's not too small. It's a good size because you won't have to use as much resin for one. And then if you're giving it as a gift or selling it, you know, it's not too big, not too small. These loopy loops are kind of fun to do. I just hope it turns out. Okay, made way too much resin. So, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to try to do a loop. Oh, I might regret this, but I'm going to try it anyway. Oh my God. Oh. I'm playing with fire here. But Amanda calls me the daredevil. I hate empty spaces. Isn't that terrible? Okay, there'll probably be blobs there. And I'll regret doing this. All right. Now, oh, I hate to waste all that resin. Oh well, you know what? I think I'll get my little handy dandy extra. It's I've been doing this all week, pouring more resin than I've needed, and so I've had to use like other molds because I don't want to waste. So I'm actually going to try the Loopy Loop on this Geo Cheapo mold. And I'm just trying to squeeze as much. I only had an ounce, and I think this mold takes a little bit more resin, but I'll just sort of tilt it. Don't want to do it over my piece, throwing it. And then I'll, because I hate to waste resin, you know? Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort of tilt this cup that I have resin left over in. And see if I can get any more out. And this will be a good experiment because this resin has really thickened up. And I think I mentioned it. It's the Nick Pro 1-to-1, which Angel in our group recommended it to me, and I really, really like it. So I'm just, I think that's all I can squeeze out of it. Then I'm going to use the same colors. And this time I'm going to go red in the center. Since you can't see, excuse the adjustment here. I'm going, no, I can't. Oh, I was trying to make you see it. Let's see, what can I do? Put it over here. Nope, I'm just gonna go like this. Sorry. There's one more step I need to do on that, so, and I haven't forgotten. Oh, this yellow has a little shimmer. I didn't notice that. That's cool. So, while I wait for that, I'm gonna do loopy loops and get rid of that bubble. So I think what I'm gonna do is come in here like that. And that is it on that one. I'm gonna leave that alone and then hurry and do loopy loops on my little extra piece. So sorry I can't turn off the camera, but I'm anxious to see what loopy loops look like in a smaller mold. And I really apologize that I can't figure out how to move the camera while I don't know how to pan out. Wow, I really did a whole lot more than I really needed to on this, so. Okay, and then I think in the video of Zaran, she kind of pulled some of these in, so I'm just going to do that too, although I don't think it's going to matter. Well, but maybe it does. What do I know? I just do. Looks like a hot mess right now, doesn't it? Okay, that is it. I will torch a little, and then I will see you for the unmolding. For me, it's a few hours or maybe the next day, but for you, just a few seconds. Catch you later, alligators. Okay. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I hope. Oh, it's still bendy. I could shape it still. Okay. This is these little ones are, when there's a lip, it's a little bit more cumbersome to take out. But we shall see. Okay, here we, oh, let me put this aside. Here we go. Here it comes, here it comes. Oh, wow, 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 wow. Look at all that depth. Woo. Maybe that center color was a little too bright, but I like the blue crushed glass on the side, and then this clear in the center, so that's really cool. Let me put a black board underneath and see if you can see it better. Oh wow, that sure is pretty. Now what I was going to do was Pouring Your Heart Out had introduced these cute little handles. They come in different colors. And I was going to put it, oh, it's still, no, it won't fit. I was thinking about, well, maybe I could. Because I do have space to put a little bit of clear resin. But, and then, you know, this can be a tray. So I haven't decided yet, but that's an option. So for now, I'm not, I don't know, I have to decide. So there's that one. Now, let's see it even on the clear background. That is really cool. Okay, let's see this one now. Now this one, what's interesting is usually I do little loopy, I do just sort of spirals or petals, you know, where you go like this. But this one I did loopy loops. So let's see what happened on this one. Okay, are we ready? Or am I ready? Oh, not too bad. So loopy loops kind of can work, but it's probably better to do the other pedaling, but these are kind of cool right here. So there's your 2 for 1. But anyway, I'm really pleased with how this oval trinket tray, which I think is a really good size, on how that turned out. Thank you so much for watching.